change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? How will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
It's a way that others will feel entirely new. Boo-doo-doo boop, boo-doo-doo boop. Oh, I completely forgot to turn on the lights and shit. Hold on. Well. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet, hosted by me, Manuel Chavez the third or the turd, depending on how you know me. And this is Griftcast IRL. Welcome back. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I had every intention of making a live stream, but my body had every intention of going to sleep. So, shit happens. It is what it is. We're coming to you live from Twitch, from YouTube, from Rumble, and from Twitter. Like that. Just like that. Anyways, so what's going on with y'all? What's up with Dawn? Oh, look, you can see the Twitter is popping up over here now. You see that? Woo! Shit! Anyways, what's up? How you guys doing? You guys all right? Hopefully you guys are all right. I'm doing just fine. I was sleeping for a little bit, mulling over what I was going to say about the new drops that came out today. I mean, all day long, people have been talking about it, talking and discussing a document dump that has been awaited, long awaited, very anticipated, whatever the shit, but has something to do with the late Jeffrey Epstein. Do you guys remember good old Jeffrey Epstein, pedo guy extraordinaire with the private island that have ended up dead somehow in his prison cell? Yeah, it's been a really interesting turn of events. And of course, the internet is abuzz right now talking about the list. They got the list. We got the client list. It's happening. We got the fucking list. At least that's what it feels like everybody's saying. And honestly, I'm here to just, bring your stupid asses back down to fucking reality, because I'm obviously going to be the only one that's going to be honest with you about any of this situation. Because, in fact, I am the only one that's ever honest with you about any of this sus, because I do not give two shits about what you think about me. I don't give two shits if you don't watch my shows, but I do give two shits about, making sure I tell you guys, what's actually out there. But yes, guys, it has been released. People are abuzz, screaming about it, saying stuff from the top of the mountains. The files have been released. The list has been released. And I mean, I'll show you right here. It's like, here's the website Unusual Wells, Epstien Client List. The first 150 plus names connected to Jeffrey Epstein's case are expected to be unsealed. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's talking about it being unsealed. And in fact, if you go to the court listener page associated with the docket at hand that was updated January 3rd, 2024 at 7:12 p.m. last, and that was assigned to Loretta A. Preska, the citation is Gouffre versus Maxwell, 1:15 CV 07433 in the Southern District of New York. Yeah, this case goes all the way back to September 21st, 2015, and it was terminated May 25th of 2017. And since May 25th of 2017, all of the case files associated with the Virginia Gouffre versus Ghislaine Maxwell case have been completely and 100% sealed. You haven't been able to look at it, even though this is all shit that I've actually talked about, shown you in some way, shape, or form, because obviously the bar can't fuck with me, because they can't stop me from making them or from accessing their brains, printing out the information for me, and then getting them to send it to me, all because I have all of those super crazy mind powers that allow me to do a majority of interestingly and crazy things. But yes, what was released today was in fact not a fucking client list, you goddamn it. I don't know why everybody's calling it a client list. It's not a fucking client list. It's not a list of names. Nope, that's not what it is at all. You know what we got today, folks? We got court documents. We got depositions and pieces of paper that lawyers were presenting to each other in the court. That's what we got today. So you should take a second right now in this new year of 2024 and think about today and every single person that has been talking about this and how they have been talking about this, and realize if they're not talking about it like me and being very clear with you and say, hey, there is no fucking client list. It never was a client list. It was always just the fucking court documents, and that's the way that it should have been said. We would have a very different thing on our hands, but we don't. But yes, today everybody's been talking about it, how it's a fucking list of clients. It is not a fucking list of clients. You know what it is? It's depositions and shit. That's what it is. And there's still a few of those depositions and shit that you actually have to pay for on Pacer. And I'm still going to end up having to do that, even though they don't really seem to be any pieces of documentations or whatever that's there. And trust me, I've gone through each and every single document, opened it up, took a little bit of look-ski at it. And honestly, what I've actually started to notice is that there's nothing here that we didn't already know, guys. Imagine that. since 2017, after I found out about the Virginia Case case and posted all that information about Jeffrey Epstein and did the Motherlode research paper and all that information since, 2018? Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been talking about this since 2018. Guess what? Nothing new has come out because of this. So if you're watching some other dipshit or some other asshole, fucking Tim Pool, whoever the fuck, stop it. They're full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. That's not even what this fucking shit is. And if you had somebody telling you that that's what it was, well, guess what? This is your final fucking chance to be a smart human being and get away from those fucking lying pieces of shit that are always fucking LARPing and acting like they fucking know everything, but they literally know fucking nothing. They fucking know nothing. They've been lying to you about what they know. Here you go. Exhibit 8. What is this? Oh, yeah, dude. Plaintiff Ghislaine Maxwell's response to objections to plaintiff's second request for production of documents. Oh, wow. This seems like real fucking good shit. What is this? Response to motion to complete attorney communications and attorney work product materials. Oh, wow. This is great. Virginia Gouffre versus Maxwell. The deposition of Virginia Gouffre from 5/3/2016. Posted by Arjun Blando Court Reporting and Video Incorporated, 216 16th Street, Suite 600, Denver, Colorado, 80202. Phone number 303-296-0017. Notice how we're not seeing any lists of any clients or anything like that. And everything that you've been seeing posted today on Twitter where somebody's like, oh, we got the fucking names, we got the list. Technically, we've already had this. We've had this for a very, very long time. The only thing that we technically haven't seen, because it would have been illegal for us to have seen this prior to its release today, would be this thing that I already showed you right here, the actual video depositions and stuff that people have been talking about for a very long time. But yes, everything that you're seeing coming out today isn't in fact a list of anything. It's the list of names that they've acquired while going through, and they believe there's up to 150 people or so that have been mentioned in the case. And in this case that they would have been mentioned by, they would have been mentioned in a deposition of some sort from some individual out there, which in fact shows you that this is not an actual list of anything. We're not getting any of that. So if they told you anything like that, it's really fucking time for you guys to get better at your shit. Honestly, last year was all about me being nice to you and trying to make amends. And this year, I just don't give a shit anymore, because I know I'm never going to be the most popular, but I am going to be the most truthful, because I have been since the very start. And even though some people seem to really fucking hate what I have to say, the truth is as such. Yeah. Think about that. Tim Pool was talking about the list today. Some people had sent me this right here, and apparently Tim Pool got canceled off the internet today. Tim Pool got cut off from his stream, and the video was immediately removed. Not actually what happened. This video has been removed by the uploader. All right. So Tim Pool's just creating drama for himself because his little bitch ass isn't doing so hot. They're not making the big money that they thought they were going to be making. He's not making the big money. Remember, last year, we fucked Tim Pool up pretty hardcore. We basically skull fucked the dude without actually ever touching him, because he thought that I was like the most bad motherfucker that had ever existed, and he was losing his shit, and he never really fixed himself after that particular situation. It kind of damaged him in a big way, and it's pretty funny when you allow a guy like me to damage you, and you never even spoke to me in person. Just a crazy fucking situation. But it is a point to show you that everybody's been on this whole same similar narrative, and I'm getting fucking sick of it. I'm always sick of it. I don't go along the line. I don't follow anyone else's ideology about any of this stuff. And you know what? Honestly, I don't really fucking care if people don't like what I have to say. I'm still going to end up saying it, because the truth seems to matter a whole lot more than any bullshit that somebody else is probably going to be putting at you. So Prince Andrew, like Jimmy Faze in the chat is saying, and a couple other people, that's really it. Think about it that way. And anyways, I should probably come through and do a little bit of shout outs. So here come the shout outs. We got the Joker. What up, the Joker? Nice to see you here. And Mr. Jimmy Faze. Thank you for being here, Mr. Jimmy Faze. What's up to James Rice? Nice to have you with us here, James Rice. We appreciate you. Mudman SC on Twitter. We can get people chatting on Twitter now. That's actually pretty cool. To all you people watching on Twitter or whatever, our new Twitter account's MudmanSC. Anyways, we got Billy T of WV. Hello, sir. Hope you're doing well. How's it going? Have to kill me first. Nice to see you with us. What's going on to Ashley D? Much love. Pleasure to have you with us here today. Hello, Ted Hanks, not related to Tom Hanks. Don't know why you had to say that. I'm pretty sure we would have been able to figure that one out. How's it going to Miss Christina? Always a pleasure to have you with us. Life Once Lived. Hello, welcome to the channel, my friend. How are you doing? Miss Virginia Olson, always a pleasure to have you with us here, my lord. Poor Man's Gold PMG. What the fuck? Why? Figure out how to write, motherfucker. We got Maddie the Baddie saying politics feel like crypto shit coin season. Yeah, they kind of do, actually. Faded History. How are you doing out there, Mr. Faded History? And then, holy shit, bro. The Joker coming in with some money. Dude, the Griftcast is making money. Did he just monetize the stream? Did we make $20 right there? Did we just make more money than we could ever make on ads on YouTube? Thank you very much to Mr. The Joker. And with the message that say, it's been a while. Work kills my observation. Not an excuse to support, though. Well, I mean, I guess I get it. Maybe I don't get it. I see what you meant to say, I think is what I meant. It's been a while. Work kills my observation. Not an excuse to not support, though. There we go. That's perfect. Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you coming through with a little bit of cheese on your boy, the D's, because I could always use money. I'm a poor bitch. And honestly, that's great. Oh, and then how's it going, Deuce Spud? Love your cooking videos, the way that you roll cut the tomato. Oh, yeah, that's called concassing. You cut the sides so they pull it out so they don't get all the middle bits. And then normally you would save that little middle part for something else, but I'm building up to it. I'm not doing the good knife skills first. I'm doing the shitty knife skills first and then showing you that I do know how to do it other ways. I just do it that way because it's easier sometimes. It's easier sometimes. So thanks a lot. We appreciate that. Let's pop out up from Mr. The Joker right there. Ooh. Thanks for the $20. We appreciate you. Speaking of my dog, Lunchy. Lunchy? Who dead, Lunchy? And she'll come over here later. So where were we? Oh, yes, right. We were talking about the Epstien Client List, but we had to take a second to go through. The point here being is that we got to take it back. You know, we shouted everybody out. What were we talking about? We're talking about the Epstien Client List, or the Epstien Client List that just doesn't fucking exist. Okay, everybody's been talking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. They've all been very directly saying that it's an Epstien Client List and it's going to be the biggest drop ever. And y'all can't wait. You better watch out. We got it today. And guess what? It's exactly not that. All caught up? Cool. Glad that we're all caught up. Anyways, if anybody else is telling you anything different, tell them to suck a dick because they're lying to your face. They lying to your fucking face, right? Nowhere in here. And trust me, we opened them up and we kept opening them up. And what does it say? It doesn't say anything about any type of list of any kind. It's just depositions, guys. That's what it is. Depositions and papers talking about the reasoning that they decided to make the depositions private since there wasn't actually any open cases against a bunch of these different individuals. And they wanted to keep their names out of it because there indeed wasn't proof. They were just allegations. And now we're actually able to review the different pieces of documentation that went forward. I went ahead and opened them all up. And you see that right there. Exhibit number 1, filed under seal. What is this? Oh, right. Does that say Virginia Gouffre versus this? confidential deposition of Joanna Saborges pursuant to blah, 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 taken by plaintiff, blah, 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 blah. What's this? Jeffrey's home when you arrived? Yes, I first walked in the door and it was myself and Kassane headed up to the staircase and he told me to come up to the living room. And then what happened at that point when you came into the living room? I saw Virginia, Jeffrey, Prince Andrew, and Kassane in the room. And did you meet Prince Andrew at the time? Yes. And what happened next? At one point, Kassane told me to come upstairs and we went into a concert and pulled out the puppet, a character of Prince Andrew, and brought it down, and there was a little tag on the puppet that said Prince Andrew on it, and that's like I knew who he was. And what did the puppet look like? It looked like him. She brought it down and presented it to him, and it was a great joke because apparently it was a production from a show on the BBC, and they decided to take a picture with it, which Virginia and Andrew sat on the couch, and they sat with the puppet on Virginia's lap, and I sat on Andrew's lap, and then they put that puppet's hand on Virginia's breast, and Andrew put his hand on my breast, and they took a photo. Do you remember who took that photo? I do not recall. Did you ever see the photo after it was taken? I did not. And Mrs. Maxwell was present during this. Was Miss Maxwell present during that? Yeah. Notice how it's a lot different when you actually take a look at it and you're not being a sensational asshole sensationalizing things because you want to be the motherfucker that's got all the best information and you're still getting cucked by the motherfucker that's got the best information that just couldn't be bothered to care. Well, it's kind of crazy situation. So, as you can see, some people got some splaining to do, okay? Because I would have told you that this is exactly what it was going to be a long time ago because that's what it would have made sense to be. You know, they're unsealing the court documents, so now we're starting to get the court documents, and what are we starting to discover? Well, we don't actually have a list. We just have some names, and they're all the names that we already all put together in a list a long time ago from the case that was happening a long time ago. See the Jeffrey Epstein Motherlode by Defango that goes and talks about every single one of these people in this particular situation. It kind of makes me wonder. It wants me to make sure I ask more questions about it, but I mean, is there really any questions that you can ask about it? I mean, literally, what is this? Ms. Giuffre is seeking highly relevant trial testimony. Ms. Giuffre's request is timely. The proposed depositions are important and fundamental to the claims and defenses in the case, and none are the duplicatives. Huh. Interesting. Right. So basically what was really happening here is that they didn't want to move forward in the case because apparently Miss Virginia Giuffre was trying to get a lot of individuals deposed. She was trying to request depositions. And if you look at this, it says for descriptions concerning the depositions already taken for defendant Mrs. Sorberg, Mr. Alessi, Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Rissos, and those yet to be taken, Mr. Epstein, Mr. Gao, blanked out, Miss Kellen, Miss Markanova, Mr. Recray, and Mr. Brunel. Miss Giuffre references the incorporates her descriptions in the moving brief. The only remaining witness is Mr. William Jefferson Clinton. His deposition is necessary for the following reason. So, that's kind of weird, right? You know, they were talking about a client list, but it didn't have anything to do with the client list because the whole Virginia Giuffre case versus Virginia Maxwell case came later. It was not a criminal case in any way, and it really didn't discuss anything outside of the people that were already particularly involved, which is kind of crazy to think that people have been lying to you directly about this shit for fucking so long, acting like they actually had some kind of fucking bomb that was going to be coming forward on this one, when in fact, no bombs, specifically any type of gigantic list with a bunch of fucking clients and shit on it, never fucking existed. So, if we're looking at what we're doing here, the only thing that we could really do is just kind of go through and say, corrected deprecation of Seeger and McCurry in support of the plaintiff's reply to the motion to exceed preemptive 10 deposition limit. Right. So, wait a minute. What that means is that we have at least 10 depositions that were sealed that we apparently never had the ability to read, even though half of the depositions were already out there for everyone to see because some fucking beautiful asshole put them out there for you. You're welcome. And now we're looking at it, and what these documents are actually telling us is that the courts and the people involved were just basically trying to stop her from interviewing more people, I guess, because, you know, she had already hit the limit to amount of depositions that she was afforded. She was trying to get more, and I guess she was trying to somehow build some kind of list or something like that. It doesn't really make a whole lot of fucking sense, dude, but it's all there. It's available. You could go check it out. Plaintiff amended, corrected reply in support of motion to exceed preemptive 10 deposition limit. Yeah, make sure. Plaintiff's second amendment supplemental response and objections to defendant's first set of discovery requests to the plaintiff. Oh, right. So it's just like all case files and stuff. And all of the case files and stuff that we're looking at don't actually have anything to do with any of the shit that they were talking about. Imagine fucking that, guys. Imagine that. It's almost like they were jerking you out for a fucking week and you still haven't came. And you're not going to come because the come never comes. Right. So, yeah. What have we figured out is that we're going to discover nothing that we didn't already knew. And everybody basically has been getting honey-dicked by all of the fucking criminals that are out there. Wow. Beautiful. Proceedings. We're going to record this at 9 a.m. on May 3rd, and this begins the video-taped deposition of Virginia Gouffre in the matter of Virginia L. Gouffre versus Ghislaine Maxwell. We're recorded located at 150 East 10th Street, 10th Avenue in Denver, Colorado. Our court reporter is Kelly McAreff, and the videographer is Nicholas F. Borgia, CLVS. Will counsel please introduce yourselves for the record? Mr. Edwards. Sure. Brad Edwards and Sigrid McCauley on behalf of the plaintiff, Miss Gouffre. Miss Messenger. Laura Menninger and Jeffrey Paluca on behalf of the defendant, Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, wait a minute. So this is the juicy part. This is the one that everybody's really been waiting for, right? The actual deposition testimony that apparently you guys haven't read before, and I don't even know how that's possible. So is this where everybody's getting all the names? Because it kind of goes back to the whole thing is that, guys, haven't we seen depositions be made by people in the past? Why, yes. Why, yes, we have. We have that deposition from Tommy Schoenberger where he said all that crazy shit in that lawsuit that he had in 2015 that was all lies and shit, but he still made it in a deposition and made it in a court, but nobody went after him. And then there was later on where he tried to make that deposition in the Seth Rich case and said that I did a bunch of shit, but then I provided actual material facts and shit that basically debunked his deposition so they couldn't use it, and they ended up having to close the case out of court because they actually had nothing. You guys remember that one? Yeah. It's just like the same thing here, dude. Depositions don't really mean much. Depositions are just the facts or the alleged facts, but there's nothing in a deposition that talks or that stops a person from basically fucking it up. So we could say at face value that Miss Gouffre is being probably truthful in this one, but don't ever think that you can't take a deposition and fuck that shit up completely royally if you start lying in between it, because it's really easy for people to lie, and it's really, really easy to prove their lies. Just go ahead and ask that girl, Tor Morris, or ask Thomas Schoenberger, because he knows that's why he still hates certain people. Anyways, when we dive into it, we could just get that. That's all we get. We don't get anything else. We might be able to associate some names and things that got pulled out from this whole thing, but outside of that, there is no new information. It is just somebody being deposed and being asked questions, and there's no way for us to know if this person is being truthful. There is a way of them trying to go back later on and prove something was untruthful in it, but that actually happening doesn't happen much, okay? Doesn't happen very much. Wow, what is this? Approximately when did you learn those facts about the date that you worked at Mar-a-Lago? I would say it was mid-2015. Mid-2015, the first time you became aware of the dates? Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. Approximately mid-2015 when you learned about the true dates that you had worked at Mar-a-Lago. And based on the fact that you learned that you had worked at Mar-a-Lago in 2000, you became aware in mid-2015, and that's when you met Miss Maxwell was in 2000. That's correct. All right, and then you became aware in mid-2015 that you were not 15 years old when you met Miss Ghislaine Maxwell? That's correct. Okay, and who provided those Mar-a-Lago records in approximately mid-2015? I'm going to object. There is an extent that this invades the attorney-client privilege. If it was your attorneys that spoke to you and learned this information or you received the information from, then you're instructed not to answer. I cannot answer that question. Interesting. So, did you know that Ghislaine Maxwell worked at Mar-a-Lago? Mar-a-Lago being the same place that Donald Trump owns, also being the same place that Donald Trump was pictured with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and had previous opportunities to say, oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, beautiful man, kind of likes him young. Remember that shit? I do. Looking forward to all of it, you can actually take a note here and be like, oh, wait a minute. So she was getting information from her lawyers and then feeding that information that she acquired from her lawyers in these depositions and being asked about them. I'm asking you not to tell me whether your attorney showed you the record. I'm asking you not to tell me the source of the record. I'm asking you if you personally, in the middle of 2015, looked at Mar-a-Lago records. Yeah, I might have. I could have. I don't know if I can say that I did, though, because of the rules. Interesting. Drawing your attention to the heading that says, enter to the docket, February 6, 2015. And do you see that? Yes. And the declaration of Jane Doe number 3. Do you see that on the first page? And it is the CVRA case, correct, Jane Doe and Jane Doe number 2 versus the United States of America? Yes. All right. Do you recognize this document? Yes. And do you understand this document to be? I believe it's more reason why I should have been added to the CVRA case. Yeah. Weird. What's this? Mr. Dershowitz, is that your understanding? Is it just your understanding that you don't have to look at your lawyer if you don't understand? You don't have to. I don't know if I'm allowed. That's all right to say certain things about that, but yes, I believe they were in a lawsuit. Right. And that's against Mr. Alan Dershowitz, right? Correct. Miss Edwards, object to form. I object to the relevance of this document by Miss Messenger. All right, Miss Gouffre. Again, if you could turn to the last page of this document, do you see the signature on that page? I do. Whose signature is that? That's mine. And approximately when did you sign that document? I executed on the 20th day of November in 2015. All right, and you signed that on the 20th of November 2015? Well, yes, I did. I did. So, yeah, wait, what is that? Do you recognize which case this declaration was filed in? Yes, Bradley Edwards and Paul Casel, plaintiffs versus Ellen Dershowitz. Wait a minute, didn't Alan Dershowitz already come up in this whole thing already? Yeah, kind of crazy, though. Kind of crazy that we're going through all of this, and I've already spent all this time telling you that there's nothing new under the sun in here, and now we're starting to figure out that there was nothing new under the sun. There is no client list. It's just a bunch of collections of documents that were sealed from a case that are now unsealed, and generally they kept the deposition sealed because there was already ongoing stuff going on in other cases that are no longer going on because Jeffrey Epstein apparently didn't kill himself. Woo! Yep. That's basically what we're looking at here. There's really nothing else that we could go outside of that, right? Like, nope. Without asking you to look at a page, can you tell me what your between 1996 and 1996 to 2002 was your first job that you held? I believe the first job that I held was in the year 2000, and that was at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. And this is the first job that you ever held? As I recall, as a teenager? Yeah, I recall that. Did you ever work at Taco Bell? My ex-boyfriend used to work there and I would help him out. I was never really, and I don't think I was employed there. He was my boyfriend, so I stayed there with him all the time. What was his name? I called him Michael, but I think his name was James. Oh, okay. So he was employed there, but you were not? I used to go there and help him out. Did you have a uniform? I would have to wear a shirt when I was there. Yes, he was the manager. Oh, a Taco Bell shirt? Yes. And did you get a paycheck for them? I believe Michael paid me. And how did he pay you? With the check? Written from Taco Bell? You know, I don't know. I just remember that he came in. He asked me to come in and help him out, and that's it. I really didn't consider myself an employee there. Just wearing a shirt and getting a paycheck because you didn't think you were an employee? Yeah. So this bitch used to work at Taco Bell before this? That's actually pretty interesting stuff right here. And then she worked at Mar-a-Lago, Miss Messenger. And what order did Taco Bell, Publix, Mar-a-Lago, and the Aviary? I would have to guess. Do you want me to guess? I would say Publix, and then I think that's when I helped my boyfriend get out Taco Bell, and then I think the Aviary. And where was the Taco Bell? I was living in Fort Lauderdale, but I think it was Fort Lauderdale. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere in Florida, Broward County, something like that. And who were you living with at the time? Michael. His name is James, but Michael. Interesting. So wait a minute. Is there like no new? Who the fuck is Michael? Or is it James? I don't know. Kind of seems like she doesn't know anything about it, and she's supposed to be given like a deposition about it. And the whole idea that I'm getting here is that she doesn't remember too much shit about her own fucking life. Huh. Weird. Interesting. Anywhere else that you got a paycheck from before 2000? Nope. Nowhere I could think of besides Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, that's it. Okay, how long was it between working at any of those places and the time that you worked at Mar-a-Lago? Years? Months? Oh, we're going back chronologically. I was trying to get my GED, and there was a summer break. That's when I started working for Mar-a-Lago, so that Mar-a-Lago we now know was the year 2000, so I'd have to say a month. Months. And what job do you believe you had immediately prior to Mar-a-Lago? If I were correct, it would have to be the Aviary I volunteered at. And you believe you were living with your parents at the time and you worked at the Aviary. Yes, okay, and not living with Michael? Michael might have been living with me and my parents. Wait a minute, were you with Michael? Was he living with your parents? How do you not remember that shit? That seems like some pertinent information. You're a young-ass, hot-ass bitch that's apparently getting sex trafficked all over the motherfucking place. You will fucking think you would have the details down, wouldn't ya? All right. I'm just angry about it. And Michael was living with you and your parents at the time you started at Mar-a-Lago? And what address was Michael living with you and your parents that you started living at Mar-a-Lago? What's your parents' address? Blake, Loxahatchee, Florida. My dad was a maintenance manager or supervisor. I don't know what you call it, but he worked in the maintenance department, mostly on the tennis courts, working on air conditioning, helping set up for function, and he got me a summer job there. Oh. So, I guess we all have to ask ourselves, is this something different? Like, is this putting Trump in the hot seat? Because, wait a minute, she was working for Trump at Mar-a-Lago before she got picked up for Jeffrey Epstein's sex games? But yes, that's kind of like what we had already known. And that's really all these depositions and stuff are actually telling us. And, you know, sure, there's some other names and stuff in there. I mean, it's only 89 fucking pages of this particular deposition, and I think that there was actually fucking multiples. But for all intents and purposes, guess what? We figured something out. That everybody was lying to us about what was in here. They were all guessing out their fucking asses and gaslighting the fuck out of you about what was going to be in here. And now here I am showing you guys exactly what was in here and bringing you guys back down to fucking earth. And that's really all we could do here to be positive in this particular type of situation, because as it's being seen, or as it's been seen over the last couple of days, a lot of people have taken this information highly out of context. Highly out of context. Yo, daddy, you fucking try to stream snipe me, motherfucker, and I am going to rip that fucking asshole out from the inside. I'm going to punch my fist up your booty hole till my fucking fist like reaches like right up your throat right here, and then I'm gonna take my other fist and I'm gonna grab my fist and then I'm gonna pull it out your fucking mouth. That's what I said. Better watch out, daddy. I'm gonna get that ass, boy. We'll get that ass. I don't like you stream snipers, motherfucker. How you gonna stream snipe me in real life? You better bring a bunch of shit, motherfucker. Cause I got at least 2 shotguns, at least 7 handguns, and a bunch of motherfucking AR-15s. And that doesn't even have anything to mention with that goddamn gigantic electric weapon that I have that I'm not allowed to have. Actually, I'm just fucking talking shit. Nothing traits about that, right? No, that's one of my friends or whatever. We kill people together in Star Citizen. Yeah. We kill people together in Star Citizen. So anyways, what was I talking about? All right, we were talking about this Virginia Epstien case. Or the Virginia Gouffre case, you know, where we were supposed to get all that big juicy information and all these fucking names. And then it just ended up being all the stuff that we already had. I mean, there's not much that we could really talk about outside of this, is there? I mean, I went through the documents. I mean, there seems to be a few things in here that I guess could be helpful in some kind of way, but outside of it, there's just like nothing, dude. There's just nothing. All we have are the names of people that they wanted to get deposed, and here's the names, folks. Here's the closest thing that you're going to get in this whole case to anything that you thought. And it's the defendant, Ghislaine Maxwell's third supplemental FRCP disclosure. Identities of individuals likely to have been discoverable information relevant to the disputed facts alleged in the particular pleadings. Ms. Maxwell is the defendant and may have knowledge concerning the matters of the... Oh! Hi, Chihuahua! It's my lunch! Oh, you just decided that you were going to come hang out finally, huh? Decided that you were going to come hang out? That it? What's up, pretty girl? What are you doing, lunch, ho? You hungry? You want some more pork chops? More pork chops? Like them pork chops? Or do you want some more chicken? Want more chicken or you want more pork chops? You want some more of the ground beef from the tacos that we... No, you just want... It's some my lunchy. Sorry, we had to take a lunchy break. Don't be drinking my fucking tea. You don't even like tea, lunchy. This is how I sit with my lunchy usually. And then I give her kitchen like this. And then I eat her ears like this. Yeah. I love my lunchy. Grifty didn't grift himself? Yeah, Grifty didn't grift himself. What happened to Grifty? I thought he was going to be all popular and shit. Him and his friends, they were like making shows and stuff. What happened to all that? What happened to all that shit? What happened to all that shit? I don't remember. Anyways. So yeah, we found one document that seems to have a list of names, but the list of names doesn't even come from Virginia Gouffre. No. It comes from Ghislaine Maxwell, bitch. Miss Gouffre is a plaintiff and has knowledge considering all of this stuff. Caddy Alexander. Miss Alexander has knowledges about this. Miles Alexander. James Miles Ostrich. Phil Barden. Oh, completely blanked out. Why is that one blanked out? Thought they unsealed it. David Bowes. Laura Booth. Evelyn Boulette. Rebecca Boylan. Joshua Brunner. Carolyn Casey. Paul Casel. Sharon Churcher. Alexandra Costero. Alan Dershowitz. Dr. Mona Devanson. That one seems to be hidden. Bradley Edwards, Amanda Ellison, Kimberly Espinosa, Jeffrey Epstein, Anna Farmer, Maria Farmer, Alexandria Ferreco, Crystal Figueroa, Anthony Figueroa, Louis Freach, Eric Ganey, Meg Garvin, Sheridan Gibson Butte, Robert Gouffrey, Ross Scow, Fred Graff, Philip Caron. So are you guys ready to pick this up here? Is that all of those names that everybody was talking about that are apparently, allegedly, the Epstein client list aren't in fact anything having to do with an Epstein client list? Most of those big names that people thought that were coming out, like that at least goes up to 76, maybe 80 of them, were all witnesses that were being called by Ghislaine Maxwell in the case to go against the depositions being made and being pushed forward. And the pleadings that were being put forward, if you figured that out yet. So, if anybody tries to claim that these are the same people as that were his clients, that would be a grave mistake to make because, in fact, we don't have any information that would relegate them to be clients. These seem to be individuals of value that were requested at the behest of Ghislaine Maxwell that had pertinent information associated to this Ghislaine versus Gouffrey case. Meaning the case where Gouffrey was suing Maxwell for big money and ended up settling out of court. Yes. Right. Or ended up settling, yeah. But yeah, there you go. Andrew Albert Christian Edwards, Duke of York. Danny Wilson, Courtney Wild, Vicky Ward, Maritza Vasquez, Anthony Valdelarez, Crescenda Valdez, Kimberly Vaughn Edwards, Emma Vaughn, Ed Tuttle, Kevin Thompson, Brent Tyndall, Mark Tafoya, Cecilia Stein. So, make sure that you're clear on what you're looking at. Make sure people that are talking to you about this stuff are being clear because there are things that are there and there are things that are not there. And one of the main things that we just basically found out is that there is no client list. I don't think that there ever was a client list associated with any of these individuals. The closest thing that we've ever gotten to anything like that was the Black Book, and I think that's as close as that we're ever going to get it. And if somebody's trying to tell you that there is some other bullshit associated to this, or that I'm wrong, or whatever, I mean, legitimately, dog, we're here looking at the court cases in the same way that they have it. There's no secret materials. There's no stuff that's going to eventually be put out that's going to have a list of clients in any way. No. The closest that you're going to get is that to 150 names is if you go and collect every name that was ever mentioned in the case. And then guess what? You're going to find out that there was 150 names that end up in the case in some way, shape, or form. And in that in no way, shape, or form equates to any type of list of clients. Now, remember, there is a list of individuals that were apparently called to help out Ghislaine Maxwell. We did show you that list, but these are people that were on Ghislaine's side, my friends. And these are just people that she said that could be material witnesses to debunk or defer anything that was being swayed by Miss Gouffrey. Furthermore, to just put it out there, we read a little bit of Miss Gouffrey's deposition from back then, and it didn't seem like she remembered too much of fucking anything. Okay? So, be real at what you're looking at here. Be honest with yourself on what you're looking at here. If you have time, you can go through and read all the fucking exhibits from all the different individuals and then realize that, yes, while in fact there was some information that was out there that I guess could have helped us understand all of this, the reality here is that there's really nothing that most of these people were claiming was going to be here is actually here. The video deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell taken pursuant to subpoena So if you wanted to read her depositions and stuff and, get yourself at least a little bit more understanding about what's going on here, you can. But at the end of the day, there's really nothing else for you to go there. G. Maxwell, confidential for sex acts. I'm asking if they perform sexual acts. Did any of the massage therapists who were at the home of perform sexual acts for Mr. Jeffrey Epstein? I don't know what you mean by sexual acts. Did any of the massage therapists who were working at the home perform sexual acts, including touching the breast, touching the vaginal area, being touched while Jeffrey was masturbating, having intercourse, any of those things? Huh. I've never seen anybody have sexual intercourse with Jeffrey ever. What? Hold up. What does that say? Did any of the massage therapists who were working at the home perform any sexual acts, including touching of the breast, touching of the vaginal area, being touched while Jeffrey is masturbating, having intercourse, any of those things? Objection. Form and foundation. To the extent of this is asking for you or to your knowledge of any consensual sex acts that may or may not have involved you, I'm instructing you not to answer the question. I'm not asking about consensual sex acts. I'm asking whether any of these massage therapists perform sexual acts for Mr. Epstein as I've just described. And her answer was, I have never seen anybody have sexual intercourse with Jeffrey ever. So, who's lying, Virginia or Ghislaine? Because I don't know. I thought you couldn't lie in depositions or whatever, because I feel like she's definitely seen somebody have sex with Jeffrey before, even if it was herself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could really get into this for just hours and days and weeks, but I just don't even feel like it. And I've still been feeling shitty, so I'm still sucking down my, teas and stuff like that. But to be perfectly aware and to be perfectly found, Mrs. Gouffre is not engaged in a fishing expedition, but seeks a highly focused question specifically relevant to the case. In particular, Ms. Gouffre seeks the defendant's questions regarding her participation in or knowledge of sexual activities connecting to Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse of females. Such questions are entirely appropriate in the discovery phase of this case, particularly where any answers may be maintained as confidential under protective orders entered in the case. As the court is aware from previous pleas, at the heart of this case lies the issue of the defendant's knowledge that Ms. Gouffre was sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. Indeed, as the defendant boldly acknowledges in her response at Part 2, she intends to argue at trial that, among other things, she never arranged for or asked Ms. Gouffre to have sex with anyone. Ms. Gouffre intends to strongly disprove the defendant's false assertions and demonstrate that the defendant recruited Ms. Gouffre to be involved in massages of a sexual nature with Mr. Epstein. To develop the evidence to support her position, Ms. Gouffre recently deposed defendant about the central subjects in the case. Defendant fastly refused to answer a number of questions, and the majority of the others gave varying answers of versions of I do not recall. For example, when faced with the police report that contains the statements of approximately 30 different victims during the time frame of which the defendant acknowledges she was actively working for Epstein at his various homes, defendant challenged the veracity of the victims' reports, saying, and I quote, "Are you saying these 30 girls are lying when they gave these reports to the police?" Answer, I am not testifying to their lies. I am testifying to Virginia's lies. Such a crazy thing to look at. Such a crazy thing to look at. So if you're interested in it, you want to be a part of it, you want to dive into it, you want to be the next big thing on the internet, just go start posting this shit out there. Just start making shit up. Say that you got the whole client list, you got all the names, you got all the numbers, you're taking them down. But the reality is that shit don't exist, bro. Shit don't exist. They've been fucking lying to you for weeks, months. They've been lying to you. Lie. Benny Johnson, breaking over 1,000 pages of documents containing 150 plus names related to the lawsuit brought against Ghislaine Maxwell have been resealed. Yeah. Telling you, bro. This just in. Meme I'm Meme Zero. Cassane Maxwell breaks the silence on the impending release of the Epstein names. Maxwell lawyers Arthur Adalis said the former socialite has nothing to say about the impending release of the names, but she takes issue with the fact that the only person paying consequences over the rapid sex trafficking of young girls is a woman. Q is confirmed, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What is this one? Techno fraud. The Jeffrey Epstein files have been unsealed. We have the documents. And here are the most important John Does. We start with Bill Clinton, John Doe number 36, whose deposition was essential to provide info on his relationship with Maxwell and Epstein. By the way, he never got deposed in the case, so don't act like you're going to see that. You're just going to see people talking or referring to him. So, yeah. Dan Techno Frog, what are you doing, bro? What are you guys doing, bro? What are these fucking assholes doing? That's why I fucking hate these motherfuckers. They're fucking assholes. Stupid bitches. You know, everybody's celebrating and shit. Yeah, the Epstein file dropped. There's fucking nothing there, you dumb fucks. The Epstein list is now public, and my team will be releasing a lot of massive reports on the next 24 hours. Prepare for chaos! Fucking douchebags. You fucking kidding me, bro? You fucking kidding me? You fucking what, mate? You fucking what, mate? Yeah, what's this one?
Doing this interview.
Excellent.
Yes, everything that I say at this interview will be the truth. I met Donald Trump at some parties I attend that I was working for Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. There was about 3 or 4 times that I had encounters with Donald Trump. I was 13. The first time that I met Donald Trump was at a party at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. There was an orgy going on, and he was
Orgy?
kind of watching off in the distance.
Yeah, he's like,
And he basically asked if I
What?
could come over.
I'm a nasty
and
bitch. I don't know if I
give
cared.
him, give
He's
him a
like in the
hand
corner
job.
like,
And at first, I wasn't very comfortable with it. It was like my first or second, first party, and I didn't, I didn't.
just imagine the next time that you and your husband are having sex in your room, and then I'm just in the corner like, oh man, you guys are gonna be able to have sex for months.
think that was my responsibility, but my recruiter told me that I needed to do it, so I agreed to, and then he, I began to. Sorry, this is a little difficult, but before I gave him a hand job, he kind of slapped my hand away and said, you need to use a glove. And the recruiter ran over and handed me a glove and said, no one touches Mr. Trump's penis without a glove. So I needed to use a glove. I gave him a hand job, and then immediately after, he
Did you
had an
swallow?
orgasm, he left, and I didn't see him again at that party.
Damn! Did this chick just say that she gave somebody a hando? Did she just say that she gave Donald Trump a hando when she was 13? Interesting. Weird. And then here's this one. I saw this earlier today, but you know what? I want to show you how far the sickness has gone when you got NFL quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers starting to talk about the Epstein Client List being released and claiming that certain people are going to be on it. Well, here, just watch this.
Bring it up, Foxy or somebody back
Seats
there.
on it.
Bring up Super Bowl 58.
You'll see it.
The emblem, put it on the screen. And then bring up 57 and 56.
Does that have something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like
Epstein,
Feels
what
That's supposed to be
Epstein
coming
list?
out soon. That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been
There's
waiting
a
in
lot
his
of
wine
people-
cellar.
Yeah.
I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
There's a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right. Obviously, a clip from this particular program was run on Jimmy Kimmel's show whenever Aaron brought up the list, and then Jimmy mocked him for it. Aaron has not forgotten about that, but here we are, sitting right in front of that nice bottle of scotch. What do you say? I'm waiting to celebrate something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something
He's been waiting
That's
for
the one.
What's up, sewer guy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If that list comes out, I definitely will be popping some sort of bottle.
Yeah, you've been calling for it for a few years now. Anyone else notice this? Oh.
My God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They've known.
The script.
They've known for years.
Like I'm saying, that 59, but
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers was out there saying that Jimmy Kimmel was going to be named. Even if Jimmy Kimmel wasn't on the client list, at least he was really associated to the man's personal chef for years, went into business and bailed him out after COVID. He all did this knowing what happened on Epstein's Island. Yeah, really? Did you guys see anything in there talk about Jimmy Kimmel? Because I don't remember seeing anything talk about Jimmy Kimmel. I read that shit for hours. I didn't see nothing about no Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't see nothing about no Jimmy Kimmel.
bring it up, Foxy or somebody back
Seats
there.
on it.
Bring up Super Bowl 58,
You'll see it.
the emblem, put it on the screen, and then bring up 57 and 56.
This has something to do with the Epstein list that came out.
Feels like.
That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been
There's
waiting
a
in
lot
his
of
wine
people-
cellar.
Yeah.
I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this
He's
thing.
hiding.
There's a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right. Obviously.
Well, it came out, Aaron Rodgers, and guess what? It's nothing that you guys even said it was. Jeffrey Epstein list names should be starting to re-release today. Some big names are expected. Really? Some big names were expected? Were they expected? Because I never saw no big names. Was there names of nearly 200 friends, victims, and associates? The list of names, which are believed to be top figures in entertainment and politics, were culled from hundreds of sealed court documents about Epstein. Yeah. So, there's not a list. The list is being assembled. It's just all the names that are a part of the court documents that were mentioned in any way by either side. That's it. They're all the names that we've already had. So, yeah. That's basically it. Yeah. Yeah, Al Capone's safe all over again. That's right. It's Al Capone's fucking safe all over again. Oh, we're going to get all the information. We're going to find out about all of it. And guess what? When we find out, well, the list was Ghislaine's list mostly, and then all the other names that popped up were just the ones that were coming out of Virginia Case mouth. Some of them coming from the other sealed depositions, but in no way, shape, or form does it actually prove in any way, shape, or form that any of those people actually went to the island or whatever. Yeah, it's just basically it. It's basically just been the biggest honey dicking situation that we've ever seen. And I mean, if that makes you feel like you need something else in your life to make you feel at least a little bit better or whatever, just know that now the Conservatives' Dad's Real Women of America 2024 calendar is being sold, and you can pay $25 to oogle the goodies of hotties like Riley Gaines, Sarah Gonzalez, Dana Los, Bethany Bartlett, Josie the Redheaded Libertarian, and Ashley St. Clair. Ooh, yeah, you want to see them naughty bits, don't you? You want to see those naughty bits, don't you? Yeah, such a waste of fucking time, dude. But this isn't a waste of time. You want to see some real conservative women's? Because I like conservative women's, dude. I like ass. I'm a fan of booty. I like me some booed. Look at that picture of Riley Gaines. Woo! I mean, she's got little titties, but it's all right. I'm fine with the little titties, man. You know, you come to me with an A cup. You could come to me with the B cup. I'm not going to kick you out of bed. Shit, you could come with them double D's or whatever, and I'll just be all like, fuck, we need to get this fixed for you. Your back probably hurts all the time. But yeah, that's basically all we have for you today. Jeffrey Epstein's associates, list of court documents that have been released. Everybody fucking decided to start putting out all kinds of bad fucking information about it. People like Tim Pool be removing their fucking videos all over it. And what am I supposed to be here to do other than say, hey, guess what? Y'all are fucking stupid. Well, not you guys, but, you know, like everybody out there that was listening to all these cockfuckers making all that bullshit information and not actually giving us anything of value. Yeah, that's right. There's no value there. What do you think the excuse will be? $2 super check from Bucky. Thank you for the $2. And you know what? I don't know what the excuse is going to be, my friend. I don't know if there is an excuse that can be made for the situation. I never asked for anybody to talk about it. I just felt that it would have been necessary to actually, I don't know, put something forward on this to actually tell them. I mean, that's it. You know, like I have no reason to lie to you about any of this stuff. I looked at all the information. Yeah, I guess you could put together a list of names from in there, but it's no different than the list of names that we already put together for this whole entire situation. So it's another nothing burger. We've been honey-dicked. Everybody hyped the shit out of this one. And guess fucking what? It was a bag of fucking asses. And I mean, look at this. Like, here's Twitter right here. Nobody. The guy who made the Epstein list go public.
Sir.
Yeah. Michael Jackson see from heaven the list of all the famous people that accused him of being a pedophile appearing on the Epstein list. Remember when the Hollywood's least hilarious laughter at Oscars when Ricky Gervais joked about the Epstein list?
In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile
Talking to all you
movies.
perverts.
Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. No
Shut
one cares
up.
about
I
movies
don't
anymore.
care.
No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to...
Yeah. Think about that, guys. God throwing Stephen Hawking out of heaven, seeing him on the Epstein list. R. Kelly finding out that he's not on the Epstein list. Bill Gates and wife Melinda Gates are talking about her ex-husband's relationship with child trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Alex Jones. Here's the Jeffrey Epstein client list. No, it's not the Jeffrey Epstein client list. It's the fucking court documents that were fucking sealed. I hate it. I hate it. I don't get it. I don't understand why people do all this shit all the time. I get in trouble for making an amazing psyop called QAnon and it going off all like gangbusters and then getting real fucking crazy at the end of it when I wasn't even involved. And you can see that, you know, like if it was easy enough for me to do something like that and get all these people riled up, it's going to be even easier for other people to do it in the future on any number of different things. And this is just another one of those things, guys. It's another one of those things that a lot of people misrepresented to you because they wanted to seek your attention, and legitimately, they ain't nothing new under the sun here. It's a tale as old as time. Old as time. And that's basically it. That's all I got for you. I mean, I can't even talk about this shit anymore. I'm just disgusted with how the entirety of the truth community has treated this situation. And I, am one person who is just going to take a seat and say, well, that was interesting. On to the next one. So anyways, That's basically it. I don't really have anything else for you guys today. I think that we've sufficiently abused whatever we could abuse in this situation and completely ripped it off the walls, stamped it down, threw it all over the place. We probably made more enemies, but don't even fucking care. Because I was looking into this shit in 2018, doing it live here with you guys, being one of the first people to even tell you who that fucking dude was, Jeffrey Epstein. And since then, we haven't really been wrong on anything, have we? No, we've been like the only guy that's been giving it to you straight up about this whole entire situation. Imagine that. Imagine that. The one guy that just does this because he does this shit at times, and he's still being straighter to you than all of the most popular people out there on the situation. That's why you don't trust influencers, folks, because they're shitheads and they lie to you because they just want to garner and steal your attention. That's their fucking goal. Not my goal. My goal is to show you where they're fucking wrong and then collect sweet, sweet cash while doing it. That's why we call it the Griftcast, my friends. So thank you to the Joker for that $2 super chat. Well, Papo, Happy New Year's to you and yours. Yes, of course. Happy New Year's to you and yours. But outside of that, that's basically all we got for you, folks. Just been another nice little show. We're going to go ahead and take our leave here, see if we get a big striker-rooney for even discussing this topic. And I guess that's basically it for you guys. Make sure you stay warm out there. Hit your like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, or don't. I really don't give a shit. At the end of the day, I just hope that you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. And, yeah. Stop getting hyped up on the bullshit. God. Stupid. Bye. I cannot believe they did this. I cannot believe you have done this. Defango, you're supposed to be making friends, Defango. You're supposed to be telling the people what they want to hear, not what they not want to hear. You're not how you supposed to become popular that way. All right. I don't want to be popular because I don't give a fuck about that shit. I know that I'll never be popular. I know, though. I'll at least be the most honest.